Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 6th of 2022, and a lot of Star Wars fans around the world for the past number of weeks have been very much upset and really, showing a lot of criticism over the Kenobi TV series and what happened by Deborah Chow and Joby Harold handling the TV show in a very improper way. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe is that we have a lot of things happening at the same exact time between Disney and Lucasfilm, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and how they're really trying to bring Star Wars back in action, really trying to turn everything around in a more positive route. Now, given that we have a lot of things happening at the same exact time between Mando 3 and 4, Ahsoka, Andor, Skeleton Crew, The Acolyte, Bad Batch Season 2, as well as Tales of the Jedi, and that's just to name a few. We have a lot more announcements coming our way on Disney Plus Day, and of course, at D23 this year. So with that being said, what's even all the more exciting has a lot to do with the fact of what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are currently doing as we speak. However, when it comes down to Kathleen Kennedy, this is where a lot of problems begin to arise even more so. Now, given that we have a lot of shows out there like the Acolyte TV show, as well as Skeleton Crew, that's going to be all creatively done by Kathleen Kennedy. She's pulling the strings on the show, telling everybody what to do. She has all creative control over those two projects, so just keep that in mind. Those are the only two that she has a lot of control over. Now, moving forward from all of this, what's really concerning has a lot to do with what's happening with, of course, the Lucasfilm creatives involved with the Acolyte TV series, and specifically what Kathleen Kennedy is ordering to do with the overall Star Wars canon. Now, with Lucasfilm currently focused on the new Star Wars TV shows like Mando 3 and 4 being worked on back to back, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy is currently working on other Star Wars TV shows like the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. Now, it's noted, however, that currently Kathleen Kennedy is set to break canon once again in the Star Wars franchise with the new Star Wars series, The Acolyte. Now, it's described that as of now, she is making it concrete and set in stone in the script of the Acolyte series that Anakin Skywalker will not be the first chosen one in the Star Wars universe, and that Kathleen Kennedy is creating the true first chosen one that will be showcased in the Star Wars TV show. The character is said to be dubbed as Maeve, who was a Jedi god created by the Wills, or godlike creatures that watch over the entire galaxy. Kathleen Kennedy is on a mission to altering the story of the Chosen One, and that Anakin was not the only true prophecy of the Chosen One, and that there was another before him. This is Kathleen Kennedy's way to not focus on the Skywalkers in the Acolyte series so much when it comes to prophecies. Part of the show will focus on future visions for the show, and is one of the main reasons as to why Kathleen Kennedy cut out Hayden's role as an Anakin Skywalker vision appearing before Yoda in the series. However, not just that, but also Kathleen Kennedy is also set to break more canon with the Jedi Order in the Star Wars story by rewriting the Jedi Code during the events of the High Republic era. This is Kennedy's way of creating new canon for Anakin Skywalker and the Jedi Order as a whole. This is something also that George Lucas is currently very unhappy about, and Disney CEO Bob Chapek is afraid that this will create a type of backlash similar to The Last Jedi. Now, before we move on to the next important thing about this, let's focus on something very important, is that we already know that the Acolyte series is going to be a very, I guess you could say, controversial TV show, based on what Kathleen Kennedy is doing here with the Chosen One. What she's doing with the character of Yoda is truly unacceptable, alright? I don't know what she's thinking, I don't know what she's got in her mind going on there of allowing Yoda to leave the Jedi Order and to basically go into exile, where it is stated in canon that Yoda never went into exile until or after Order 66. Now Kathleen Kennedy is basically rewriting history that Yoda did once go into exile before the events of the Phantom Menace. And that has a lot to do with these emerging dark side powers. The thing that really bothers me though the most is how she is basically making it that there was never just one chosen one prophecy, and that it was never just Anakin Skywalker. Now, Kathleen Kennedy is making it out to be that there was another chosen one before Anakin, and this chosen one was basically a Jedi created by the Wills, who are godlike beings. Now, the other thing that really bothers me as well is how Kathleen Kennedy is going to be rewriting the Jedi Code during the events of the High Republic era, specifically in the Acolyte TV show. Moving on. So also, it is currently written in canon that Yoda never went into exile until after the events of Order 66. However, Kennedy is having leslye Healdand write a plot piece in the Acolyte where Yoda leaves the Jedi Order and goes into hiding after these emerging dark side powers take place toward the tail end of the show. The series is going to essentially rewrite the prophecy of the Chosen One once more that was created by George Lucas in the prequels. George, John, and Dave, now get this, are already trying to find ways to reverse Kathleen Kennedy's retcons and canon-breaking stories with their new Star Wars show called The Circle of the Wills, which is also codenamed Star Wars Cow. Both Lucas and Chapek are prepared for a big backlash from the fandom over these canon-breaking scenarios in the Acolyte, and how Kennedy is pushing Healdand to write these big plot pieces into the series, and how it is now set in stone as they approach the final version of the script before they plan to begin filming sometime by this January. However, Kennedy is trying her hardest to get an earlier filming date or month for the Acolyte series and would like to begin by this fall, which is currently looking very unlikely. Disney executives are also very unhappy and worried about the choices that Kathleen Kennedy are currently making for the Acolyte TV series. So here's the thing about this that's very worrisome, is that we have a storyline by Kathleen Kennedy that's not only going to rewrite the Jedi Order code, but also she's going to be rewriting the Chosen One prophecy history, that there was another Chosen One before Anakin Skywalker. I don't know about you guys, but to me this sounds like it's going to be a disaster. So far the story sounds like it's going to be one of those shows that are going to be very abysmal, it's not going to do all that well, and it's just going to fail when it comes to ratings on Disney+. Now, we have seen what happened with Kenobi, alright? We have seen what happened because Kathleen Kennedy had a hand in that show because she held a contract with the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie and the scripts that were involved in that movie and how it transferred over to the show. Thankfully, moving forward, Kennedy has no creative involvement on anything John and Dave related. Alright, so that's one thing to be very proud of. But Skeleton Crew and the Acolyte, it sounds like that these could very well be the two biggest failures of the Star Wars universe when it comes to TV shows specifically. Now, like I say, I think that obviously creating another Chosen One really breaks the touch of the Skywalker legacy. It breaks the touch of Anakin's story, and I'm sure that that is exactly why George Lucas is very unhappy with Kathleen Kennedy. You know, that's the main reason as to why. So overall, there's a lot of things happening right now, and there's a lot of things going on between John and Dave because they really want to make it perfect. They want to make Star Wars perfect moving forward, and that's why The Mandalorian Season 3 is not coming out until February. It was supposed to come out in December. They pushed it on purpose, and you know what? Good on them. I give them credit for delaying it. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.